Test 1 2 1 2. What up? What up? It's Wednesday night. Y'all know what it is. Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's the Boys Club. Shout to my man, I am Joe Paul. Joe Paul, what up, family? Day one supporter. Shout to everybody who look forward to Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I am Sean Prez, my partner Richie Dollars. Not sure where he's at. Crystal, what up? I see you. How you doing, girl? Who else we got? Hold on, I got to put my glasses on. I sound like my mother over here. Okay. What we got? Somebody said that was a dope Benzino interview. Rich, what up?
Yo, what up? What's good?
We in the building. Hold up. I see my man, Chef Mike. Chef Mike, what up? Richie D, what's the deal, kid?
We here. Another Wednesday. I'm still in jail, but we here.
Hopefully, Rich Dollars will be out of IG jail next week. So do me a favor, everybody. We need your help. Please spread love. Tag as many friends as you possibly can. Let them know the Boys Club is on. You know, typically we do this from Rich's line. He has the massive following, but up until he get out of IG jail, this is just what it is. Rich, you want to start us off real quick? Just do a quick intro and then we get into subject matter.
Yes. Everybody, if y'all love what we do, please tell a friend. We here. It's the Boys Club every Wednesday night, 7:30. Y'all know how we get down. Unfiltered, raw conversation, and we just like to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So please tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get this shit popping.
Okay, before we get started, one last thing. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We keep saying this. We're giving y'all more than enough notice in advance. We will be moving this conversation over to YouTube in the coming weeks. Subscribe to the official Boys Club over at YouTube because that's where we are that's going to be the home of this thing, not necessarily Instagram moving forward. So we're going to continue to do it until we feel like we got the word spread, and then we're moving everybody over there. And this episode will be up tomorrow on YouTube, and it will also be up, if you prefer to stream, it will be up across all platforms, Google, iTunes, just everything that you could think of, it will be up. Okay, Rich, let's get into pop culture for a second. What's his name? You brought Homeboy to my attention a little while ago. You're a bigger sports connoisseur than I am. Deshaun Watson.
Correct.
Deshaun Watson had all types of women. Something, I don't know, 30-something women come out and accuse him of sexual misconduct. For anybody who doesn't know, Deshaun Watson is a football player, and this week he signed a $230 million contract with the Cleveland Browns. And I'm surprised I even know all that because I ain't good with sports at all. But, Rich, with the hunt for these high-value men, Deshaun Watson literally had, and you had a whole tirade about this, so feel free to say whatever you feel just about his case. But what I'm asking is, so many women are trying to find a high-value man. If this nigga wasn't one before that contract, $230 million later, he is a high-value man. Like personified. Does it matter? Will it matter about these allegations, or will women be flocking to this man just the same because he got $230 million guaranteed in the bank?
First of all, this does not matter at all to those women.
Are you serious?
Bro, there are women out there who are bringing pedophiles home to their children who care less about their children than Deshaun Watson. Like, let's be clear. There's rich niggas out there right now that are fucking bona fide pedophiles and shitty ass human beings that women are bringing home with knowledge of this because they got the bag. Secondly, I'm gonna go into my Deshaun Watson. Do I think Deshaun Watson pulled his dick out on some people? Absolutely. There's no way 22 women, 22 civil suits, none of which two different criminal situations that neither one went to trial. Not enough evidence, nothing. So there's not, they just basically, this is a civil suit. All of these women have the same lawyer. I preface this again by saying, do I think that Deshaun Watson pulled his dick out on some girls? Absolutely. It's not 22. Those 22 are in my line. Some of these will get dismissed. Some of this is a money grab. Deshaun Watson has been the best one of the top 5 or 6 best quarterbacks in the NFL for the last 5 years. He's already $100 million in. He's already got 100 to the bank. This 230 was just the most recent contract. So with that, listen, do I think he did some wrong? Absolutely did some shit. Do I think he's a sexual deviant? I don't know about all that. Do I think that some of this is bullshit? Absolutely. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Anytime that anything comes into place where people take advantage of situations, they make it hard for people to believe what's going on moving forward. Does that make sense? COVID comes out.
Elaborate on that, because you lost me a little bit.
I'll give you examples. COVID comes out. The government is like, COVID is messing up it's killing our society, it's killing our businesses. We're going to give out these business loans, these PPP loans. People take advantage of those PPP loans. So as long as there are people out there who take advantage of PPP loans, then that messes it up for everybody. The child support. Government comes out, deadbeat fathers, you're not taking care of your kids, we're going to put you on child support. Women have used that child support shit to take advantage, to get money, to hurt men, to keep men from their children, all different kinds of things. So you know what? Child support is no longer a foolproof plan. There needs to be modifications to it, and things need to be done. Me Too movement, women in the workplace, harassed, sexually taken advantage of, pushed to the back, verbally abused, the whole shebang. Me Too movement comes about. We protect our women. Now here we are. Women have been proven to have been taking advantage of this movement. They have proven that they have done shit to be vindictive to men. They have done things to men that they were dating, men that they were messing with, men that they had encounters with. Shit didn't go their way. They use this as a situation to be able to help them moving forward. These are all facts. None of which I'm telling you is some shit that's my opinion. None of which I'm telling you is some shit that I've conjured up. These are all 100% facts. Deshaun Watson did something to some of these women. I don't believe in my heart of hearts that Deshaun Watson pulled his dick out on 22 women in that capacity. And when I say in that capacity, I mean, oh my God, what are you doing? Please don't do that to me. All 22 weren't that. All 22 weren't that. But when the situation comes about, people look at it and they say, oh, it's a money grab. No criminal things coming down the pipeline. This is gonna be some shit where he gonna settle out. Oh, let me go get a mill. Let me go get a mill 5. 22 times a mill 5, what's that equal? 40? Sound like a plan to me. So once again,
but getting back, go ahead.
I'm not saying that he didn't do it. I'm not saying that what happened didn't happen to some of those women. But what I am saying that some of this is a money grab. And this specific question that you asked is not going to hinder him from being a high value man. If that nigga had half of his salary, guaranteed 230, if he had one 1/10 of 230, women will overlook this situation and will move forward with a nigga with 23 in the bank. Or the 2.3 in the bank. Fuck it, Sean. 230 stacks. People are overlooking this situation and they're moving to, he's a high value man. He's a dude that got it. If the nigga wasn't even, if he's on TV, he's playing for the football player. Like, people overlook these things. Like, yes, absolutely. Women are gonna overlook that because he is who he is and he's done what he's done. We can look at people right now, and we ain't gonna say no names because a lot of these are our friends, right? Women come out all the time alleging such and such, such and such, such and such. This dude, this singer, that rapper, that athlete, that actor. They come out all the time and alleging these things about these people. They don't have no problems. We be in the same club with them same dudes, and I be in my mind looking like, didn't I just see this nigga on the shade room? Like this nigga just on TMZ? And these women are flocking to him, trying to get to the section, trying to come holler, have a drink, hang out. Because it doesn't matter to them until it happens to you or yours. Now all of a sudden he's a devil, he's a deviant, or you don't get what you want out of the situation. Now all of a sudden he's a devil, he's a deviant. But we all know these people, Sean. We've been in this industry long enough that we know people from all genres. We can take it to the hospital. And there's a doctor at a hospital right now who is a creep-ass doctor, and he is doing crooked, creepy-ass shit to nurses and other doctors, and other women in that hospital will overlook that shit because he's Dr. So-and-so. And that nigga ain't got 230. 230 make a motherfucker ambiguous, make a nigga mind cloudy as hell. 230 in the bank make the mind cloudy as hell. And I know women right now that will go and try him knowing he got the 230 and hoping he do some creep shit to them because now they know they in line for the bag. Y'all get mad at me? Don't get mad at the messenger. I just pass the messages. There are women right now. He is not only is he still remaining a high value man, but he is now not only that, but he's a victim as well. Because women are going to look at him and be like, he does this. This is his bio. He's already had an interaction with these type of people. He's already been fucked off for doing this type of shit. Let me go try this thing and see what he do to me. And let me slide in his DMs and tell him that, you know, you did this. So it's going to cost you 1.5 for me not to say nothing about this. This is the world we living in right now, bro. I tell you this every single week when we have these type of conversations. Nothing, nobody is off limits. This shit is completely transactional, and women look at this man as a transaction, and if they can get what they need to get from him, they will bypass all the negative, all the derogatory, all the things that have been written, and they will be in line at the football game with the Deshaun Watson jersey in fucking cold-ass, dirty-ass Cleveland, Ohio.
Yo, it's just so interesting to me that for you, and then I'll give my opinion, but you are so adamant that this 20 plus women, and I don't know how many it is. I know the number is astronomical. You got 20 plus, 30 plus women who have accused this man of sexual misconduct, right? And I don't even know what that means. I don't know if he's pulling out his private parts. I don't know if he's touching them.
The case is this, real quick. He was a football player. He was going to see masseuse. The masseuse that he was going to see, he was allegedly pulling out his dick on him, making them feel uncomfortable while they were doing the massages. So like one woman went on HBO last night and said, when she was doing the massage, he was like, nah, lower. And she was rubbing, like doing his abs or whatever. And he was like, nah, lower. Then she was looking at him like, yeah. And he was like, nah, don't worry about that. Go ahead and go down there. Don't worry about that. Go ahead and go down there. So she said she lost her mind. She got all scared and started sweating and all this other shit. But that's what she said happened. You know, he didn't rape nobody. He ain't forced himself on nobody. Nobody's saying he did that. They just basically saying that he made them feel uncomfortable. He put their hands in places that they shouldn't have been. He told them to do things that they shouldn't have been told to do and all that kind of stuff. So basically, he tried all these motherfuckers. He tried everybody. So that's essentially, this is what I get from it, is that this nigga was just trying every masseuse that he ever came across. He was trying to get a happy ending. He was trying everybody. And that's what it all comes down to.
Okay. So, you know, what's scary about this is you were point blank, period. You were very adamant. You're very matter of fact. Sean, it don't even matter. Like, none of this matters. He got 230. Like if this was an average person, if it was a dude who worked sanitation, worked MTA, bridge and tunnels or whatever, he'd be a pariah. Nobody would touch him, especially if it was a high profile case, especially if your face was plastered over every news outlet in America that you know, people have lost careers. You know, whether it's a Tavis Smiley, lost his entire career over an allegation. Nothing's ever proven. Lost his career, literally gone. Everything he worked for. You know, who was the dude who hosted that morning show? Damn, with Al Roker and all of them white boy. I forget his name. He was on there for years. Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer, he's damn near written out of the history books at this point. When they show old clips of the Today Show, he's not even in them. Like, how they have photoshopped this man out of video is insane to me. But he's gone. Allegation, right? It's an allegation. So it's so concerning that you feel that women will look past that because he got the bag. Me, like everybody else, I see what your contract is. You just came into 230 mil, and before that, you was worth 100 mil. So I'm gonna look past every one of those allegations because to me, you're still a good catch. That's insane. That's insane. But go ahead.
I don't remember how long ago. We watched R. Kelly pee on children.
Yeah. Rich, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
But that nigga pussy game ain't slow down a single bit. I've been to the nigga parties in Chicago where he put you on the bus and you got to get on the party bus to go to his house because no cars allowed, no phones allowed. Bill Cosby did this shit to women for years. People have been doing this for years and overlooked this shit. Motherfuckers is putting shit in. When Matt Lauer and them niggas got in trouble, this whole world was just starting. They couldn't escape it at that time. But now, like I said, anything that comes about that is used for power, that is used for good, people will take advantage of it and use it for bad. There are enough women out there who do bad things and take advantage of scenarios like this. Case in point, Chris Brown. Little girl says Chris Brown molested her on the boat, touched her, tried to rape her, blase, all these things. Chris Brown is about 2 seconds from being canceled. Luckily, he goes through an old phone and finds a voice memo from Shorty, the same girl who was literally throwing him under the bus in the moment, that said, oh, that was the best time ever. Oh my God, when can we hang out again? I love being with you. On the night of said indiscretion, the next day, she's telling this nigga how great it was, how amazing it was, and only for him to find that voice memo and submit it as evidence, and she's never to be heard from again. There have been enough incidents in the workplace where a man has been thrown under the bus or fired or went and sat before HR and got suspended for such and such and such. And it come out later that he find a video of him and Shorty and they hanging out having drinks and they kissing in the restaurant and they doing all these things. But she came to work 2 weeks later and said that this man was sexually harassing her. Beloved, I can't sexually harass you from 9 to 5 if we fucking from 10 to 6. if you in the workplace and we doing our thing, maybe that 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. situation didn't work out. So you brought that into the 9 to the 5. And now you got me in front of HR and I'm looking like, what? That's my girl. We got into an argument. What are you talking about? We went to smoke hookah just last night. We fucking for the last 3 months. But, you know, there's enough people like this world is so fucked up. And it's anything. Anything that's used for power, that's used for good, people will take advantage of it. From child support to PPP checks to welfare stamps to the EBT cards to anything that you can think of in your world, people are going to find a way to take advantage of said shit. And now in 22, we have had so many experiences and so many different incidents where women have been found to be fugazi and fraudulent and lying and vindictive, that now niggas like Deshaun Watson, I believe him. Do I believe he didn't pull his dick out on 22 of them? No. I absolutely believe he tried them. I don't know if he tried all 22 of them. He tried some of them. So I'm not absolving him from saying he's innocent, but I'm also had enough experiences in my life and seen enough in my life to know that if 22 say he did it, he might have did it to 7, 6. And I also have enough experience in my life to know that a nigga with a $230 million guaranteed contract is forgiven. He's forgiven. And not only will he have his choice of woman, he will be able to do things to those women that they will subject themselves to bullshit for him, even after he's allegedly shown who he is. At this point, you would think that a nigga who was under this much pressure would have to go out there and do right by people, roses and all of, just be a really, really good guy. He don't have to do that. He's gonna be the same Deshaun Watson he was yesterday. And his life ain't gonna change a bit. It ain't gonna change a bit, Sean. He's winning, he will go. I wish we knew this nigga. I would invite him to the club. We could fly. If we knew Deshaun Watson, we would fly to him right now. We go to the club on Friday night. And in the midst of everything, this girl just came out on HBO last night. 2 of them just did HBO show last night. We could go to the club with that nigga on Saturday. And you would think he was the cleanest nigga in the universe. He would have so much action, bad action. I ain't talking about I'm talking about the baddest of the bad. They don't care. They looking past that, bro. They looking past that. Trust me when I tell you.
Yo, I want to. We got a lot more to cover, so I'm a segue a little bit. But you're going somewhere where I was going to go anyway with my next question to you. But you brought up R. Kelly, and as you were talking, I was thinking, and I could have told you this story, but I remember when I was tour managing Puff, when we was out on tour, and R. Kelly was on tour with us, and this is real because I've told this story a million times, and I probably told it to you. But long before these allegations about him came out, long before all the craziness and the hoopla came out, maybe the piss tape was out at that time. But all of that surviving R. Kelly and all that craziness, none of that had come to pass. But I remember, for anybody who is on this live right now, when you're on tour, and I'm talking about a real tour, the people you tour with become family. Like all of the dancers and the road managers and the tour managers, and it could be anybody on tour. You got musicians, you got backup singers. It's just everybody, and you're traveling city to city, state to state together. You're going out the country together. You are literally eating together, the whole nine. And I promise you, R. Kelly's, let's call it his entourage. Because when you're not on, like because I'm the tour manager, I literally had to get up. I gotta let Richie Dollars, I gotta let everybody who is part of our entourage know what your day looks like. Meaning, sound check is at this time. I need you in the lobby at this time because showtime is at this time. I'm giving you your set list. This song. We changed around the order of the song, so you're gonna come out 10 minutes earlier than you came out last night. Just craziness. But everybody talks to each other backstage. When I tell you, Rich, his entourage, his dancers, his backup singers, they would literally have to walk by you to go eat in the common area, and they would be like this, head down. They could not look at us eye to eye. And I used to be bugging, because me and some of the dancers were damn good friends outside of the tour. And I remember my homegirl pulled me to the side and she was like, yo, Sean, you will get me in trouble. Like, I will be kicked off this tour if you sit at the table, scream my name, try to talk to me, and this nigga find out. And that was my first real life, real interaction with, this dude is crazy. Like, he's got something different going on. Like, this is not normal behavior, because behind the scenes, it's family on tour, as you know. And with him and his entourage, they were not even allowed, forget talk to you, they were not even allowed to look at you. Like, they were like this, look down, get their food, go back to their rooms. No hanging out, no none of that, right? But to your point, I don't think R. Kelly had no problem getting women, even with all that going on. Even after the piss tape, even after the rape allegations and underage children allegations, all of that, no problems getting women. So I get it. But I want to speak to your point, because I don't know if you're following this Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. Are you following that at all?
Since we last spoke, and you asked me, and I was like, I see it. But since we had that conversation, I'm absolutely paying attention to what's going on. And that bitch is
as you should, because your exact point is really what's on trial. Like women are taking advantage of this social climate, the Me Too movement, the Time's Up movement. I know this is Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, but it's really the social climate. That's what's really on trial, because this woman, I was not in their relationship. I don't know him from a can of paint, but from what the evidence is suggesting, she's a complete nut job. But because she made an allegation, because she literally said, he abused me, Johnny Depp's career went to shit. Like, right now, the only reason they're in court is because he brought her back to court. He's got everything to lose, but he doesn't care, because he's like, yo, you told me to my face that nobody would believe me, Johnny Depp, a man, was abused, that I was in an abusive relationship. And because of that, you think that you're going to get away with this. I done lost wild money. They kicked me off Pirates of the Caribbean. All of this craziness. I lost hundreds of millions of dollars. And at the expense of me looking crazy, I'm just showing the world that, yo, a woman can be the abuser too. A woman is not above this whole Me Too, Time's Up movement. I am literally a victim of the social climate. So I guess my question to you is, and you kind of answered it earlier, is this social climate providing a way for women to literally get back legally through the court system, through public opinion, at a man because their relationship did not go the way that they planned it to go?
Absolutely. I can answer that question unequivocally. Absolutely. When you empower somebody, be careful. We as a society empower people. Situations come about, they arise. Protect Black women, protect women, Me Too, Time is Up, all these different things. We've empowered these people. But always remember, not all superheroes use their powers for good, bro. There's a lot of superheroes that use their power for bad. Don't mean you're not a superhero. Don't mean that you're not empowered. You chose to use your power for bad. When you empower people, that's what you get. And it's always the first set of people that go through that. The Matt Lauers of the world. And I'm not saying that the Lady Loud or Matt Lauer, because I don't know that situation. But the Matt Lauers of the world, the Tavis Smileys of the world, the shit that happened 10 years ago as this stuff was brewing. And there wasn't no real documentation of how these women have done different things, right? You have nothing to lean on except for you're wrong, you're dead, you're over, wrap it. Wrap it up, bro. You have been canceled. Now, and then social media wasn't there, so it wasn't so much like this Amber Heard chick looks crazy, bro. Now, granted, Johnny Depp, he lost a lot. He lost a lot because, and this is the thing, people lose because do I have the wherewithal? Do I have the financial power? Do I have the energy to fight this and make you look crazy? There's a lot of niggas who lose by default because they don't have the wherewithal to be able to fight this. Johnny Depp is in a position where he's already made a couple hundred. He can fight this. And he's beyond the point of caring. But you already took it all. I've already given you money. I've already lost. I'm already crazy. I'm already a social pariah. You got motherfuckers thinking I did A, B, C, and D. I have nothing to lose but to sit here today and spend another $20 million to make sure the world knows that you're a fucking liar. That's what I'm going to do. Everybody ain't got it like that. Some dudes just go down the drain. Deshaun Watson, $230 million to the good. He's fighting every single civil suit. So if you thought you was about to get a quick 1.5, 2 million from me because you thought in the big scheme of life, 22 times 2 is 44 and he made 230, that nigga still got 190 something. That's not a big, no. I'm fighting every single one of them because not only am I fighting for my integrity, I'm fighting for the world to know that this is bullshit. Now, the problem is, if 3 of these girls come back, Fugazi, he proved his point. Because now you cast a shadow of a doubt on everything. And that's all this is about. That's all this is about today. Johnny Depp, when people are doing things from you, you can use your power to at least cast doubt. And now you get work again. And now you don't get suspended. And now you get your 230 and Johnny Depp gets to be back in Pirates of the Caribbean and so on. Because we've gotten to the point now where people are apologetic. When Matt Lauer and them did this shit, nobody was apologetic. The woman's word, period. You're L, nigga. You're L, period. No. What do you mean? What do you mean y'all went on a date? What do you mean, Matt? You a married man cheating with this woman. She said what she said, and that's all we gonna ride with. So you're done. You're off this TV show, and we're not taking all of this social beatdown from the people for even acting like we still fuck with you. When we might want to, but we can't. Now you can. Now Johnny Depp can fight. Now Deshaun Watson can tell y'all, I ain't giving none of y'all. He could have been settled this and been done with it. The nigga sat out the whole last year, Sean. He did not play a single game last year. He sat out the whole year because he said, I'm not settling these cases. I want to go to court 22 times. And if y'all want to, put 2 or 3 of them motherfuckers together and we can make it 7. But I'm going to see every single one of y'all in court. You got to take back your power at some point. If you don't take back your power, you just lose. You just become a victim. And well, sadly to say, like I said, when people use their power for bad, then you create victims. You create victims out there. There's a lot of men who didn't do nothing. A lot of men who did. Not saying please don't nobody on this thing get me twisted. I'm not absolving 100% of anybody. But what I am saying is that 100% is never the number. There will always be some victims and some collateral damage to a movement. Sean, there's victims to Black Lives Matter.
No, Rich, like nothing you saying is wrong right now. Like everything you're saying is 100%. I think a big difference here in his case, and then we'll move the conversation on. It ain't just number one, he got the money to fight, right? Meaning Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp got $500 million that he made. Now, how much of that is still sitting around? I don't know, but he has made $500 million. That's factual. But he is doing what he feels is right, as opposed to getting caught into worrying about social media, worrying about my career, worrying about what my PR team is telling me I should do. Because I can guarantee you, having been in entertainment for as long as I've been, a lot of these guys are being instructed by their PR team, say nothing. The more you say, the guiltier you look. Mm-hmm. Say nothing. This will blow over. There will be a mass shooting tomorrow, and nobody's going to be talking about you. You already $100 million up, ride off into the sunset. And like you said, Matt Lauer had, that I know of, one person, and he got beat up and ran out the industry because he cheated on his wife. It's like half of the niggas writing this story are probably writing it sitting next to the jump off, sitting next to the sneaky link. Like, yo, ain't this ironic? I'm writing a story and I'm about to kill his career, and I got my jump off right with me. But in Johnny Depp's case, I think that he looked at it, and I think it's admirable. Think what y'all want. I'm a cokehead. I done been in and out of rehab. I'm a lot of things. I just ain't what this woman say I am. And for me, it's more important to clear my name, even if it means I will spend every dime I have to do it. You sent me a post earlier this week, and I want to stay on this Amber Heard thing. Meek Mill pretty much put up a post, yo, I'm a little late to the party, but ain't nothing is right about people recording conversations, because if any of you guys have been watching this Amber Heard case, half of the evidence is them themselves, because she was recording every single conversation in the good times. And I immediately thought of you, Rich, when you are constantly in prior episodes like, Sean, they're doing craziness in times of peace. When things is good, they recording and just putting it in the bank. yo, let me put this and tuck it away because one day I am going to use this again. So my question number one is, I want you to comment on the fact that you damn near been right since we started doing this show. But how can relationships survive if you are coming into a situation and you can't trust the person you with, man or woman, because this person is literally documenting every single thing, every misunderstanding, every argument. They're recording one side of it. They gaslighting you, and the minute that you go off the deep end, that's the part of the conversation that miraculously gets recorded. You don't hear the beginning part of it. How does any, and we speak from the mind of men, so let's just stay from strictly a man's point of view. How can women expect to get a man who would trust them when there's so many women out here doing that foul type stuff in the good times, not even waiting for things to go south?
I think ultimately, I think the relationship as we know it is doomed. The relationship, the way people built, the way people operated, the way people did things is doomed. Social media has created a place where everybody needs to be validated. So now people are doing things. They're preparing for war in times of peace. Like I've always said, they want to make sure they have the receipts. The receipts are necessary for you to do what you need to do. Now, just like how that girl took down Sterling, the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers,
Yep.
you can't record me in my house, whether that man is a racist or not. He can be whatever he wants to be within the confines of his house. As long as he's giving these athletes they $100 million contracts, man, fuck what you say at your house. Because then you think he the only one to do it? Stop it. Stop it. He just had an affinity for little young girls who used to try to videotape his 90-year-old ass talking crazy, and he wasn't even no wiser. But it destroyed him. So now people look at it and they see the power. See, this is the power of social media, is that people see what can happen. Back in the day before social media, people did things and there was nobody to tell it to. It was my word against yours. But now when people started taping and doing that kind of stuff, now they understand the power that comes in that. They understand that the receipt game is my receipt game got to be impeccable. Relationships as we know them are completely gone, bro. Because you will always, in the back of your mind, wonder if you're being recorded, if you're being taped, if you're being set up. It's just the evolution of our world. This is
Stop there for a second. Stop there. Um, I saw Mariah Lynn jump in this conversation about a week or two. Do you guys got anything going on?
Me and Mariah?
Yes.
Yeah, we good. What you mean?
Like, is that your girl? Because I'm about to ask a question. Is that your girl?
No.
It is not your girl. So, because I didn't want to jam you up. So, when Richie Dollars, because you're out there, you're dating, you're a handsome fella, girls know you. How does I'm listening to you talk. How does a man in your position ever expect to find any kind of real love? If this is the way you go into a situation thinking, what does the dating pool look? What does dating dating a grown man in 22 look like from a bachelor standpoint?
It looks like Either you accept the bullshit that comes along with a lot of this, or you have acknowledged the fact that you are probably going to be single until someone like, it used to be guilty until proven innocent. Now now it used to be innocent until proven guilty. Now it's guilty until proven innocent. Now it's guilty until proven innocent. See, you go into relationships different now. So now you gotta, and that's where, like for women too, like I'll break it down on the women's side shortly, but for a man, like you gotta show me, like before it was just like, we're going into a relationship and we're gonna see if this works, and we're gonna put the best foot forward, and we're gonna move, and we're gonna keep on moving until you show me who you are, and then I'll believe you. Now I don't trust you, so now it's give me the phone. Now it's when we walk into my complex, it's the doorman says, "Hey, you gonna give me your phone?" You understand what I'm saying? Now it's when you come upstairs, I got my eyes open. Now it's when I'm half asleep, I'm wondering if you are trying to take pictures of me in bed. So you can wake up, I can wake up to the shade room tomorrow morning with me and you laying in bed together. Like, those are the things that people go with now. Those are the things that people do today. And they say, oh, well.
Okay, no, stop there for a second. Are you saying you, Richie Dollars, these are the things that really go through your brain in real time?
Absolutely.
So is there even so got you. Is there even an expectation on your part that one day I'm going to find Mrs. Right? One day somebody is going to prove themselves to be different than what I know 90% of the women have proven themselves to be. Not that I think they are, but they've proven themselves to be. And it keeps happening again and again. And is it safer for a person like you? And I hate to ask you this question because you're not the average fella. But is that why, for lack of a better way to put it, celebrities date celebrities? Because I don't even need to worry about this, because she got just as much feel like we understand each other in a different way than regular people understand us.
That's what you would hope. That's what you would like to think. That's what you would like to move. Is that, like, when in Rome, do as Romans, and if we are together, we have the same thing. See, the thing about access is that everybody has access through a DM, through seeing you in a club, through anything. So access has created this. Access has created this. Because normally people date people, they're alike. Like, there has to be some kind of synergy. You're alike. You feel like y'all are on the same level, like at least mentally and spiritually. You're on. But now niggas out here just doing the random. They're just doing the random with randoms. So you get what you ask for, but you never know. People become famous because of what they taped, or what they videoed, or what they look at, or the pictures they take. So you can't put it past nobody to do it. And people are on here saying, oh, that doesn't happen to a regular dude. Absolutely happens to a regular dude. Absolutely happens to a regular dude. All these things are not, everything is relative to who you are. So will some of them dudes make it to the TMZ or to the boss up or the shade room or whatever? Probably not. But within their circle, and it hurts just as much. Everything is relative. So when that group chat goes out, and that message goes across the group chat to all our friends, it hurts just as much. It's relative. Everything is relative. Everything ain't got to be TMZ for it to hit home. It just got to hit home for it to hit home. It could be a 30-person group text. Now you're a social pariah amongst your friends and your family. They looking at you different. See, everything is relative. And as long as this social media and these texts and these pictures and these videos and this audio, they all give you power over people. And that's what it's all about, Sean. And I tell you that shit every single fucking week. It's no longer the relationships that we're used to. It's no longer us being in a relationship with somebody you like, you dealing with your problems, you don't want the world to know your problems, because the chances are, if you tell the world your problems, there's no coming back from your problems. So people used to think to themselves, I don't want them to know the way this nigga talks to me. I don't want my family to know that this nigga put his hands on me. It was a whole different way of living. You didn't want those things to happen because you wanted to see what was going to happen with this. Now, people are doing these things because they exude the power over the other person. Like, they got the receipts of how you talk to me. So I want the world to know how you talk to me. Because back to what I told you earlier, it's all about the validation. It's about the validation of the world knowing what kind of piece of shit you are. It's about the validation for me that everybody knows who you are, nigga. And I'm gonna make it my job to make sure that TMZ, all the way down to this fucking group chat, everybody's gonna know who you are. So you're not gonna be able to walk around and act like you did anything right when I'm going to make it so you look like you did everything wrong. Relationships are doomed. They're doomed.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Rich. If this is what men and women for that matter, but we speaking from the mind of a man, if this is what men are coming into a relationship thinking, feeling, and expecting, what can a woman do, real talk, to change the narrative? What can a woman do to show I'm not that one? You ain't got to worry about me. I'm not perfect. I got a bunch of other things you might have to worry about, but I'm not sitting here when times are good recording you. I'm not sitting here when times are good keeping a journal. I'm not sitting here when times are good conjuring up ways that if things ever went bad, I can have video, written, audio documentation going back to the first day I met you. Is there anything, because there are good women out here. I gotta believe that all women don't think like this. All women are not trying. Women are looking for love. Women are looking for, nigga, it's hard enough out here. I don't have time for that. Can I just find a man who has some respect? We go out on the first date and you not talking about going back to my crib. Can I just find a man who's a good dude? I don't have time for all that. But if a dude is coming into a situation with this on his mind, if you speaking to women right now, what can they do? Like, because it sounds like they're doomed.
I said this at the beginning. I said that the things are different now. You used to be innocent until proven guilty. Now you're guilty until proven innocent. So over time, if these scenarios don't arise or there are no red flags, then that's fine. Then we can learn, and you learn to trust. It used to be like, we used to use this example all the time in our early stages. We used to be like, remember you go to school and the teacher say everybody start with an A, and then you work your way down based on your work. You work your way down.
Yep.
Now it's like everybody start with an F, or everybody start with a 0, and you got to work your way up. So it's just a different mentality.
But that's not my question. That's not my question. My question is, what we understand that everybody's starting with an F, and we understand that what women are up against, because what so many men have experienced either directly or indirectly. Everybody got social media. Everybody watch the news, and because of that, now men got the walls up. Men are coming into a situation armed with, I'm not giving you a chance to make me a headline. I'm not giving you a chance to ruin my life 6 months from now because things did not go the way you expected. So I'm coming into this and I'm laser focused on one thing, If you're not willing to give it to me, get out of here because I don't trust you no how. My question is very simple. What can a woman do because the odds are stacked against her walking in the door? What can she say? What can she do to change the narrative?
I gave you the answer. You start with
what is it? I didn't hear it.
You start with an F. So in order, you start with an F nowadays. The way relationships work, you start with an F. So a woman has to be there for the long haul. She has, in the same, and I don't want it to make it seem like it's just women, it's men too. Men start at Fs. Everybody starts at an F in the world of dating in 2022. You have to prove to a woman that you're different than the last 6 dudes that she dated. It's not you come in and he seems like a good guy and we've been having a good time. She's waiting for you to fuck up. She's waiting. And women can sit here and act like you're not. You used to meet somebody, you hung out with somebody, you were attracted to them, you liked them, you had good conversation, all the things that make a good relationship. You had those things. And the woman would rest on that. Now she's waiting for you to fuck up. Women are waiting for that moment where you become the person who they already thought you were. They're waiting. So I guess my point is that men do the same thing. Like you have to start at 0 and work your way to 100. You have to work your way to 100 now. It's not the other way where you come down and you started at an A and you ended up failing the class and she left you. No, she's waiting to leave you. You have to give her reasons to stay. Through time, through your actions, through all these things. And men is the same thing. Men are looking for women to do things to them that they've seen. They're looking for the victim shit. They're looking for the text messages and the pictures and the videos and you arguing and all of a sudden, like all it takes is one time. You having an argument and she said, remember you said this to me? Or I don't erase, or it could be something as simple as, I don't erase text, nigga. That's a subliminal, bro. Those are subliminals. And all you women that are sitting on here acting like that's not real, 90% of you have hit a dude with the, oh, I don't erase text. I got everything. I got everything. In other words, try me. Try me. And that's real. So now, like you waiting for that incident, you waiting for that moment in 2022, everybody is waiting for the moment that the other person shows you who they are. And they're gonna say, no, not all women. Of course, no, not all women. Like, come on. Of course it's no, not all women. There's no 100% in anything in this world. There are great women out there. We know them. There are bad women out there. We know them. I'm giving you what is the prevalent, and that becomes part of the problem as well, Sean, is that it used to be the good women were the majority. Now the good women and men are the minority. See, this is where the whole thing is getting fucked up at. It used to be time when you were innocent until proven guilty, and the majority was not the minority. Now, because of social media, because of the way people have grown up, because people are so tainted and hurt and not healed and were touched by their uncles, and their mamas was out in the strip club dancing all night, and this is the people that we are growing up under us. Those are the people. This is the most damaged set of people that we've ever had. Toxicity is at an all-time high in civilization in the world today. Toxicity is high. So what I'm saying is that, of course there are good women. Of course there are good men. And they need to find each other. But there used to be a time when you went into a relationship and the mindset that people have today was the exact opposite. You went in, you met a girl at a club, and you kicked it with her. And you told her, yo, I work at Bad Boy. Come meet me tomorrow for lunch downstairs at Serafina's on 55th and Broadway. We're going to go eat. And it was just that simple. And you kick it, and did it, and did it. Now you scared to tell a motherfucker where you work. Because now you become a victim. Now you're looking like, damn, now she know. Nah, you like the trust, and it's not about me because I'm a grown man. I mean, shit, I am who I am at this point. It's about the people. Like, you can act like it's not you. You can sit in this chat and act like it's not you. But psychologically, sociologically, it's you. It's exactly you. And you're just not self-aware, or you don't want to acknowledge it, or you want to pretend to be a good girl or a good dude, when in reality, you hit that nigga with that text. I don't erase nothing. I know. You said this. I got that. You thought I forgot about that. I will expose you. There was a time when that was the number. Those were the 3 major words in society. I will expose you. 4 words. That was what everybody was rocking with. Everybody was about exposing each other. And it started at the top and it started at the bottom. And all I'm saying is, if we are going to get back to where we were, then the paradigm has to change. People have to go back into relationships, or have reason to go back into relationships, thinking that you're innocent until proven guilty. You're gonna go into this relationship with trust. I don't have to earn trust. It shouldn't take me 6 years to earn your trust. You're gonna trust me because I haven't done anything to not trust me. That's not the way people work now. You have to do things to be trusted, because people are not going to trust you just off the cuff, because they have been in relationships where they have been burnt previous. And this ain't about Richie D. I'm speaking from the minds of men. So if y'all want to know the truth, that's what men are thinking. They have been burnt. Their boys have been burnt. There has been a girl who sent a text message to another girl in the DMs. You can't post shit. There's a reason why nobody posts their men when they're on trips. There's a reason why women are in Dubai and in Brazil and in all these extravagant, exotic ass countries and won't post a nigga that they having dinner with. There's a reason. All this stuff is right in front of your face. Today's society is right in front of your face. You just have to watch it. And when people look at it, you say, oh, that nigga Richie wasn't talking crazy after all. You go home in the mirror and you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, if I meet a dude at the club tomorrow, let's just do this, ladies. If I meet a dude at the club tomorrow, am I giving him the benefit of the doubt? Am I treating him like a good dude? Am I gonna not do my background search? Am I not going through his Instagram? Am I not doing my Inspector Gadget on his social media? Ask yourself that question. Before you say that this isn't you and there are good women out there, if you meet a man tomorrow, will you not do everything within your power? If you're interested, if you meet him and you're interested and y'all feel like you exchange numbers or whatever, are you gonna do everything in your power not to figure out who he is before the next time you see him? See who follows him. These are all things people do, bro. And it's done that way because they don't trust. Nobody trusts each other no more. The world, the social media, has been enough out there for everybody to think that you have to prove yourself. And that's why relationships oftentimes don't last, because niggas ain't got time to be out here and women ain't got time to be out here proving their worth. I ain't got time to prove my worth to you. Nigga, I'm a good person. So either you take it or you leave it. And then people will leave it. Or they will go a little bit and then a red flag, which might not be a red flag. It could very well just be somebody's intuition that's wrong, or their own insecurities. And then you walking away from relationships when it wasn't even supposed to be that way. But the majority is that it is that way. So what happens when you gamble, bro? You're always going to play the odds. And if the odds are that, if she does that, she's this type of person, then you're going to play those odds. You playing odds. And that's just the way life works. People can act like they don't play odds. You play the odds. Unless you want the long shot, unless you want the big picture, you want the big win. But for the most part, a smart gambler plays the odds.
Okay. Wow. You know, I almost don't even know where to go with that one because Rich, it can't be this. It just can't be.
You,
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you, but relationships are doomed if you coming into the situation and everybody's starting off at a F, at a failing grade. What's the point? Like if you coming into a relationship and you're not willing to give the person the benefit of the doubt, people are human. They're gonna mess up. You're gonna do something that looks eerily suspicious. You're gonna do something that it might be questionable on the surface, but if you just have a conversation, oh, okay, I took this the wrong way. But if everybody's coming into a situation in 2022 with a failing grade, it's like, yo, what's the point? If this is the way men are looking at women, and I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with you. Everybody's not in your position, right? So you're dealing with a whole lot of skanks, smuts, sewer rats, and everything else trying to get a come up. I get it. But like you said, everything is relative. It's a lot of us regular people who know regular people who, like you said, it could be a group chat. It could be homegirl trying to convince your sister, your blood relatives, your moms that you was the worst of the worst. You put hands on her, this, that, and the third. All of that. So I get it, but I guess what you didn't answer, and you did. If the answer to my question was that everybody starts off with a failing grade and you got to work your way up, as a man, I'm disgusted with men and I'm disgusted with women. As a grown man, if this is what it is out there, I just couldn't be in the dating pool. I just couldn't. Because I tell people this all the time, and it's a true statement. I'm the easiest nigga in the world to cheat on. If I care enough to get involved with you, I'm not going through all of that cloak and dagger. I ain't the jealous type. I'm not, when you leave the room trying to figure out the password to your phone and this, that, and the third. I'm not doing all that because to me it's a waste of time. It's like, yo, if I got to do that, then you're the wrong one. Like the day I got to start questioning that is the day you're gone. It's the day that we don't deal with each other because I don't have time, energy, or patience for it. And I guess I'm just saying all that to say is hurt. I don't know the answer to even my own question. I was asking you a question I didn't know the answer to. What can a woman do on the front to say, yo, I'm not that one. You ain't got to worry about me. In times of peace, it will be peaceful. In times of peace, I'm not preparing for war. In times of peace, I'm not trying to set you up. It's just that simple. Go ahead, Rich.
First of all, let's address you.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when Allen Iverson wore cornrows and everybody looked at him and they didn't understand it and they hated it. Or Michigan wore long baggy shorts. You're not in this dating pool. So you're looking at it
Correct.
for what it is. What's wrong with it because we're not accustomed to it. This ain't what we did. But the kids, this is par for the course, my friend. This is normal. I wish we could get Marilyn Van Alstyne on this thing because she, you know how she be moving out here. She know all the kids. And she will get on here and be like, yo, that's the way it is. We've had these conversations over and over again where she'd be like, yo, this is exactly what it is. But we're older. So we look at those relationships and be like, yo, y'all are bugging. But in their mind, they're just like, nigga, I got cornrows. I like baggy shorts. I like black socks. You niggas are used to short shorts and white socks and Converse. You know what I'm saying? So we will never understand it because Our ideology is different, and we came up differently, and we were a part of the pre-social media generation. We remember it vividly, like it was just yesterday that we remember how life worked before social media. Now, with that being said, the next part of that is you can prove it. It's not a lost cause. There will be situations that come up that you
Hold on. Stop before I lose my train of thought. Here's a real question. Is this an age thing? Meaning, is this something that a 35 plus man or woman don't need to worry about? When we're having this conversation, are we talking about 35 and down?
Under normal circumstances, I would say yes. But if you're 35 and older and still in the dating pool, now you found yourself a part of the next set of things that are coming up. So if you're old, age definitely plays a factor. The older you are, the more far removed from this you are. But if in fact you're still in the dating pool, then you will be contaminated with the people in the pool with you. You understand what I'm saying? Does this apply to strong?
Even if they're the same age, even if we're talking about grown.
By virtue of the life you live and how you mingle, and the fact that you see what's going on, and if you're older, you have kids, and you see how your kids are moving, and if you're 45, you probably at this age, if you're 45 today, you probably got a 17-year-old. Just be real, right? If you're 45, you got a 16, 17-year-old.
Yeah, for sure.
So now now you put yourself into their world. So now, by virtue of you being single with kids that old, now you're putting yourself in their world. Now you're back into the dating pool, and I'm not saying you're dating those type of people, those people that young, but you're dating people that are in the same pool. So now they have experienced these different things. So now you have to almost acclimate to the way the game is being played now. So if you are a player from the NBA and you played in a generation before this, and you still have the ability to play now, you have to acclimate to how the people play the game now. So that's the problem.
Okay, so it's not so much in your opinion, and then I'm gonna switch the topic. It's not so much in your opinion an age thing. It is just, are you swimming in this cesspool? You call it a pool, I call it a cesspool, because that's what it is.
It is.
It's a piss pool. If you're swimming in that pool, whether you are 25 or you 50, same rules apply.
You have become part of this social media generation. If you are not Sean Perez that's happily at home with wifey and doing your thing, and you are taking yourself out of that equation, now if you go back into this equation, God forbid you should ever have to go back into this cesspool, but if you do, you're gonna call me, you're gonna be like, yo, my nigga, I am so fucking lost. I don't know what to do. This shit is insane. I need you to write me a manual. Because I don't get it.
Okay, let's switch topics for a second because I want to get callers in. So I'm talking to somebody, and we're going back and forth, and she made it a point to and I want to get my words right, so bear with me. I'm talking to somebody about their relationship, and she made it a point to say the leverage she had on her man because she gives him money. Because somewhere in the, I know where we gonna go. So I'm telling her about herself. And she was like, you know what? What I didn't tell you, yes, he seems on like he's this great guy, but I'm the one who's giving him money all the time. And she almost said it in a way to make it feel like he should be staying with her because she gives him money. So before I even give my thoughts on that, what is your opinion on women who are dishing out that cash to these dudes, thinking that that's going to keep them around? And I see
Yo,
you smiling, so
you
good.
know why I'm smiling? Because you always do this, and you always expose this. You always expose yourself. We'll have a whole question previous, and the next question will validate everything I fucking said in the statement. This woman, that is part of the woman's giving him money to stay around. She's exercising her power. Money is no different than the text messages, no different than the videos, no different than Will Smith and Jada and the fucking secrets in the closet. The money is a power thing. I have that over you. You need that, so you need me. You're getting it from me, so you need to behave and do the things that I need you to do so you can continue to get this money. So now you have become subservient to me because I'm the boss, nigga. I got the money. And every chance I get, I'm going to emasculate you. I'm going to demean you. I'm going to write Sean Prez and tell him that my nigga's a buster and I take care of him. He's a sucker. That's what's wrong with relationships. Therein lies my problem. And it doesn't have to be the social media or the shade room. It's the power. All these things, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard had the power before Johnny Depp took it back by saying, I'm giving my life away. The women have the power, or the men, they have the power. So now you go back and you look at these scenarios. Is that going to make him do right? For a minute. She'll win for a minute. And then he'll get fed. And he'll find somebody else. And he'll be on the search for somebody else. And he'll be home pretending that she's the boss when really he's just biding time, the same way a woman would bide time in the same exact scenario. A man is taking care of you. You coming home to a nice big old house and some cars and refrigerator full of food and all that good shit. But you don't want to fuck with him, and this nigga makes you feel less than a woman because he's taking care of you and he's rubbing it in your face every chance he gets. What you gonna do? You're going to stay exactly where you at until you're comfortable enough with the next dude who came along that you've been fucking sneaky linking with for the last month and a half, and you're going to dip off. That's all he's going to do.
Can I give some context before we go forward?
Go ahead.
This is because earlier today, we learned that age is a factor here in our conversations and the advice that we give and our thoughts. This is a young couple in their 20s. That's number one. And to her, I had to smile when she said this, and God forgive me because I am a humble dude. But she was like, yo, I gave him $200. I gave him $40. And in my head, I'm looking at her like to you, $200 is money? Like that ain't even money. Like, I almost couldn't even believe she made it a point to say these numbers, but in her world with that dude, and they're both young, so I'm gonna put it like that. But I'm like, yo, you like $40? You gave him 200? You gave him sneaker money? Like that's supposed to mean something? But I want you, because you're going somewhere, and I want you to make sure you have everything in context as you're speaking, because it might change your mind based on the amount of money, because she ain't no damn sugar mama, and she's a 20-something.
Relative. Let me get relative. Everything is relative. If you are playing in the $1,000 is a lot of fucking money pool, and you're giving 200s and 50s and 60s and 100 and 150s and 250s and all that, you're a sugar mama. If in fact, by definition, if in fact you're giving a nigga, like somebody just said, that's a Metro card. If you're giving a nigga free trips up and on a fucking 2 train, then you are a sugar mama. Because by definition, you are paying for something. You're paying somebody to remain there. Now, if it was all about, see, this is where the relationship game gets crazy. If it was all about you doing the right thing by him, you would never in a million years want to tell nobody what you're doing for somebody, because you expect that if he could do it for you, he would do it for you. You would expect that things will some point change. You're in it for this. This is going to change one day. He's going to be on his A game, and he's going to turn this around. So there's no reason to kick a man while he's down unless you're already acknowledging that he's failed and he's not going to ever grow to the A. He's already got the F. You met him. He showed you who he is. This is who he is. And you treat him as that. You're treating him just like that. Because in the reality is, if you really felt for this dude and you really loved this dude and you wanted to be with him, you wouldn't want to down him to nobody, because you wouldn't want nobody else to look at him no kind of way. And you would absolutely feel that at some point he's going to get his shit together. And at that point, he's going to be able to turn this around and y'all will be in a good space. That's
okay. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Nah, that's the way these relationships work today, bro. It's the power. It's the power over somebody. If you don't, there's so many ways that you could lose your power. You can come into a relationship and not be on equal footing. And that's the kiss of death in these days. These days. Because women want to be strong women. They want to be strong women. So when they're taking care of a man, they got to let it be known, because that's the definition of being a strong woman. So the point is, I guess the whole point to everything we've said so far, I just had an epiphany. The whole point to everything that we've said so far is that everybody feels a need to tell everybody else everything. And once you do that, you put yourself behind the 8 ball, because there's never any coming back from that. Whether you're mad at him and you want to expose him, whether it's finances and you want to show the world that you're a boss, whether it's the fact that y'all are going to court and you want to make this nigga look bad, or what, everything we've said, basic synopsis is that everybody feels a need to put everything out for the world to see, and there's no coming back from that. So now, in order for our relationship to work, there have to be situations where you could have exposed me that you didn't, or situations that I could have exposed you that I didn't, that makes you be like, oh shit, he had the chance to burn me right there, or she had the chance to burn me right there. She didn't. Points. Another situation. Points. Before you know it, that's how relationships work today. That's how relationships work today. You have to have scenarios and situations to where somebody could have fucked you over and they didn't. And that's where the loyalty comes in. And that's where the loyalty lies. If you know she could have got you and she didn't, or you know he could have got you and he didn't, you look at him differently. You look at him differently, like, oh, he might be a keeper. As sad as that shit is, you be like, damn, he had a chance to get me. He didn't even take advantage of it. He gave me $100. He knew I was down and out, and he didn't even throw it in my face and tell my friends I was a bum bitch or a bum nigga. Wow, I love him. He's amazing. Oh my God, I found Mr. Right. The nigga who didn't expose me. He's Mr. Right. Come on, bro. That's not the way this shit's supposed to go.
Ain't none of it the way it's supposed to go. But you know, Rich, I'm gonna attack this from a different angle than you did, and then we'll go to callers. So for everybody who's looking to get in the conversation, please hit that plus button below. That lets us know you are requesting to get in the conversation. There are rules to getting in the conversation. As you guys know, Rich Dollaz, Sean Prez, we are the boys club, and we answer questions very, very brutally honest from the minds of men. So if you're looking for a male perspective, please hit that button. The rules is very simple. You must be in a place, unlike my partner Rich Dollaz, that has very, very good Wi-Fi, or great cellular system signal. You also must be in a well lit place. You must also look directly into the camera, and you must have a question, period. You got to have a question. As much as we enjoy your commentary, we use this part of our program because your question may help someone else who's really looking to get answers but might be afraid to ask the question. Rich, I'm not sure what's going on with your Wi-Fi, but if you want, go ahead and log out, log back on. I'm still on. I'll let you back in. So, when the young lady was saying that and I want all of you women to listen up, right? Like real talk. If you think giving a man money, if like Rich said, everything is relative, $200 for some people, that's big business, right? That's a lot of money. But that ain't gonna keep a man. It just ain't. No matter how you cut this thing, no matter how you slice it, if your worth, if what you're bringing to the table, if all you have to let me preface my words correctly. If all you have to bring to the table is a few dollars, then I can assure you that the dude is going to take your money for sure. He's going to come over from time to time and he's going to smash. But what he is not going to do is be there for the long haul. You can almost, if what is keeping this man, if what's keeping this man around is the money that you're giving him, it is almost a guarantee. I can say this with damn near 100% certainty that he will be around until he finds somebody else or something else to replace or subsidize the money that you have been giving him. It's as simple as that. If you're wrapping your value in I give $20, $40, $200, if that's the best you can say that you're bringing to the table, that man is not your man. Just know that. He'll hit it, he'll smash, but when he leaves your presence, it's a good chance that he is either with somebody else or he is very open to the option of being with somebody else if he's not with somebody else currently. But I don't believe a woman looking for a real relationship, and I mean a real relationship, a real man, if you think paying this man is going to keep him, you are sadly mistaken. And I feel so sorry for any woman who self-esteem will not allow her to see that she is enough. All of the other attributes that she comes to the table with, that's what has to keep him. It ain't gonna be your money. I can tell you that. He's gonna take your money. He gonna take the box, but he ain't staying. And that is factual. And that's, when I heard the young lady saying that, I felt bad for her because she don't get it. She don't get, maybe she's immature, but there are a lot of older women who are still thinking that I can pay my way into a man's heart, and you can't. A dude will see you as a come up, just like a lot of chicks see dudes as a come up. Human nature is human nature. I don't care if you're broke. I don't care if you ain't got a pot to piss in. If you bring in all of these other intangibles to the table, things that he can't get nowhere else, that money can't buy, That is what is going to keep a nigga. Period. So I'll end it there. Maybe you got something else before we let callers in?
Nope. That's it. If you ever doing anything for the and you're not doing it for the right reasons, then expect that it's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen. Money, sex, lend a nigga your car, whatever those things are. If there's not substance oriented things, then he is going to leave you when the next person with a better they're gonna be out. The next person's gonna come with a couple more bucks. The next person's gonna come with a little better car. The next person's gonna come with this or that. And if it ain't built on the real things that relationships are supposed to be built on, rest assured that your shit is not gonna last. It might be fun. It might be fun for the meantime, but it ain't gonna last.
Yo, Rich, I just caught a question, and my eyes be terrible. I don't even know how I caught this one. Typically I don't say people's handles because I don't want to shout them out, but I'm gonna shout out Love Jones 1970. She just put up a real question I want to attack before we go to callers. She says, why does it have to be paying a man to stay? Couldn't it be helping a man out of love and wanting respect in return?
This is what I've been saying all night. There's a different frame of mind. And just based on her handle, 1970 means that she's 52 years old. So she's not accustomed to this. So she's asking questions that we would ask normally, that you would ask me, because she's 52 years old. So she's thinking me giving somebody something is me helping them get on their feet, because I anticipate that one day they're going to get better and they're going to be in a position to help me. That's how older people think. Turn it around. That's what I've been saying all night. Turn it around. The young kids are thinking, because you need me to give you $100, you're a bum. And I'm going to treat you as such, because that's just the way they think. She's absolutely right. Why can't you giving somebody $100 be a very simple equation, or $1,000 or 15, whatever? Be a very simple, he needed it. I got it. I fuck with him. He'll get back. He'll get right. He'll take care of me. It'll be cool. It's not the way the kids think, because it's power. Everything, the social media has created this thing where everything is about power. So now I got to tell everybody that I gave you $1,000, because I want everybody to know that I wear the pants. Money comes from me. I'm a big, strong black woman or white woman, whatever they care. I'm the strong one. I'm the one who's carrying things. It's a different mindset, bro. It's a different mindset. And people can act like it's not it, but it really is it. It's not.
But you want to know something, Rich? Go ahead.
And everybody wants to be on their bullshit, so you got to let it be known. You got to let it be known. And sometimes that's the gift and the curse. The gift is that everybody knows who you are and what you got, and that's what you want, because now that gives you a sense of, that sense of hierarchy. Now you up here. But at the reality, it's at the expense of somebody else.
Yeah, but you want to know something, Rich? This might not be as much of an age thing as you're making it out, because there were a lot of older women, who they had the same mindset. Yo, my self-esteem is low. My self-worth is not there. I feel as though what I have to bring, what's inside of me, is not enough. This man that I'm with, let's just call it what it is. I'll call her by name because she came on the show. But let's just even talk about Emma from Australia, I think, where she's from. She is a fan favorite on this show because she let her heart out, right? And she basically was saying, yo, I meet good guys, but when I meet good guys, I don't feel worthy. I don't. There's a lot of women who are in situations and they don't feel worthy. They could be with a bum nigga. I mean, some of them don't. They not even with good niggas. Some of them are with straight bums. But because they don't look in the mirror and feel worthy, and they're broken, and they don't have that value in the fact that I am a good woman, I'm a decent woman, um, and I would make any man a good wife. They think shelling out that paper, that's not a young person's thing. This been going on. I know old chicks who do this, and they shell out that money, and the nigga be happy to come back. And he spent a few days there, hit it, smile, get the money, and then go and disappear. And then she waved that carrot back. Come on back home, baby, because you know I got the. It's not me. I got paid on Friday, or he know when she get paid. He know her schedule as good as she know it. He know when that direct deposit gonna hit, and he show up at that door 24, 48 hours before her direct deposit hit, because it's time for him to re-up. So I don't know that this is just a age thing. I think it has a lot to do with self-value. It has a lot to do with women not understanding that it is something so attractive about a confident human being. It is something so very, very magnetic about a person who walks in the room and they just exude confidence. But if you ain't got confidence, I don't care how bad you look, how good, how attractive you are. If you are not a confident person, then you think the way I'm going to get and keep a man is hitting him with this paper. And I'm just here to tell you that has never worked, and it never will work. What you'll get is a part-time lover, but you ain't getting a man to take you serious. It's just as simple as that. But let me see if we got any body waiting to get in on this thing, and we'll go. Let's see. Trell Maurice, where you at? I don't know if that's a guy or girl, but let's see. It's a guy.
Yeah, man. What's going on, man?
What's up, Trell? Now, before you get started, I'm gonna tell you we never let men into this conversation, so you just backdoored your way in. Make sure what you have to say. Hold on. Just make sure what you have to say is of substance. Where you from? Where you calling from?
Hey, man, I'm calling from the DMV, bro.
Okay, what's up?
So it's a great show. All right, so I got forwarded your show from one of my supporters because I go live on Fridays, and the topics that y'all have are pretty interesting. And I think they just like having another male's perspective, and y'all have some good perspective, man. So I just wanted to give y'all the kudos on that.
Thank you, brother.
I've been following for, I guess, the last hour on the show, and there were some things I wanted to give like just a slight comment to, just from another.
You know, we don't do comments, we do questions. So if you're gonna make a comment, follow it up with a question.
All right, hey, well, nah, it's good, man. I just wanted to give y'all the kudos, bro. All right, man.
Thank you for tuning in, bro.
I got comments, but I mean, I like a back and forth type of conversation. I do have a question I would have asked just to get another male's perspective.
Go ahead. We here. We listening.
Because you're talking about dating, right? But
yep.
When y'all was speaking on dating and the age differences and such, I think a key point is the type of woman you're referring to. My man Rich, he came on. He has a different viewpoint because of the type of women that he encounters on a regular basis and his status. Yes, he's been on TV, he's been on social media. He's going to attract a certain type of woman, right? The standard guy. I mean, I'm 35 years old. You know what I mean? I'm a career type of guy. So the standard woman that I'm going to attract is going to be very different. She's not looking for clout in any. She's not trying to take pictures of me to come up in the social media a gamer, if you will. But I guess I would ask the question of, do you think it has to do with whether these are single women versus women who are career-minded or married or have children? I see those being the types that are more serious with trying to establish something. And with those type of women, I think it's more important that we start them off with an A, to use his analogy, versus starting off with an F. Because it's, in my opinion, it's about believing the best in people. But those were comments. Those were comments. So
No, they're comments, and I didn't hear your question, but it's cool. But I got to ask you a question, right?
go ahead.
And Turquoise Franklin, I see you next up. Yo, you just made, and maybe we should, Rich, I see you back. Maybe we should have men come in on this conversation because he's a 35-year-old man, and I've been trying to figure this out. He's like, yo, the women that he is attracting, they not coming into his life for clout. They're not coming into his life with the mindset of, let me see what I can get out of you before you can get it out of me. Am I getting that right? Is that what you're saying? What's your name again?
Trell.
Trell. Did I sum that up correctly? Because that's the standpoint I've been having. And Rich is just like, yo, Sean, you've been out the market, you've been off the market for a minute, so you don't really understand what's going on out here. Now you come on here, you 35, you are career oriented, and you're saying, yo, I'm not experiencing those women, and I'm willing to give them an A to start off with and not an F. So this is an interesting conversation that I think you and Rich should have.
Where you from?
I grew up in Florida, bro. Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida?
Yeah.
You're 35 years old. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in the Air Force. Yo, and shout out to the Newts, by the way, man. So I did know that, you know what I'm saying? Yo, all day. But yeah, so I would say this, right? I agree with a lot of things you were saying, Rich. I just know that just based off of people seeing you, people knowing you, oftentimes I couldn't imagine being in your situation. When I'm going out, if I was in your situation, I'm automatically apprehensive. I'm automatically questioning what are their motives. I don't have those issues. Therefore, when a woman meets me or we engage, I'm just straight up taking them for what it's worth. So for me, they're going to start off with the A, and then they're going to do things in which will make me question their motive. You feel what I'm saying? If I was in your position, yes, I will question it from the jump. I just think that we have two different perspectives or points of view, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, I understand that. I also think that I also think that it has a lot to do with not only status, because like I always say this on this show, I say everything is relative. Women want you for what they can get you for. It's everything is there's a certain amount of what you bring to the table that women see, and then they say, okay, well, that's what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say that you don't come across good women, and I'm not going to say that every woman should not start with an A. You've had good experiences. Maybe the experiences you have are by virtue of the fact that you're in the Air Force. You date, you meet, you see different types of people. You're not in the strip clubs.
Indeed.
You're 35 years old.
How you know he ain't in a strip club?
Because I ain't in them strip clubs. It's about
that man in the service. That man in the service. That man in the service. He a capper. He damn sure did like I don't know who watching, but he definitely in the strip club. But go ahead, Rich.
I personally don't do strip clubs, but I feel what you're saying. I could very well. Yeah, I feel you.
Well, point being, if I was in the Air Force, then I might have and met those type of people, and it's all about who you surround yourself with.
Absolutely.
Tampa, Florida is different than Miami, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Not much, because I'm familiar with Tampa.
Word.
Atlanta, Georgia is much different than those places, as is New York City, New York, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
You might be in a special kind of place. I'm talking about the majority. See, when you come and you say, this is what it is for me, I can appreciate that. But what I'm saying is that the next 4 niggas from Tampa that call on this phone are not going to have the same story you are. They're
Now,
not going to say the
mind
same
you,
things.
Now, mind you, I have been, so I am in the Air Force, right? I haven't been in Tampa like that since I was 18. I'm 35. I've traveled around the world, seen various places. I lived in Germany for 3 years, Korea for a year, Hawaii for 4 years, Arizona, like Texas. Now I'm in the DMV. So I've met a lot of different cultures, a lot of different women and such. What I'm saying is, it's oftentimes, right? Who am I seeking? What energy? We're the ones that approach more times than not, right? In your situation, you might be getting approached. So I can control the type of woman that I'm trying to get at. It's that, and then the energy that I'm getting off. If I'm in a club and I'm pouring ones galore, who's looking at that? Who's coming up to me, itching closer? I'm in a VIP popping bottles. Who's itching closer to be in my circle of women that I'm trying to get at? You feel what I'm saying? So that's the women that I'm gonna be dealing with. You know what I mean? But if I'm putting out the energy of where I'm at and such, and I'm vocal about, hey, this is what I'm looking for, or what have you, I'm gonna cut through I'm gonna see the BS. You know what I mean? But it depends on, and I will say, yes, it is an age thing. When I was younger, did I think like this? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? It happens when we get older. So it does age factor in? Of course, because they grew up, the 20-somethings grew up with social media since they was in middle school. It's embedded in them. They can't help the fact that they record everything that's around them. That's a way of life. So someone to be recording, we can't even blame them. That's how they view the world, is through their phone. You know what I mean? So it is a dangerous game. It is a dangerous game. Especially the status. I wouldn't even just put it on fame. I would put it on your way of life. You know what I'm saying? The amount of money that you have. And because us as men, that's how we value ourselves, is through how much bread we got. And it don't matter what we look like. The more bread we got, the better the woman we expect to have, right? That's just life. So as you get up and you get more bread, you're just going to have to be more cautious. And maybe as you get more bread, you start them off with the B and then the C and then the D. Yeah, because you're like, a lot of them only want me for my bread now, because I got better cars, better houses, I'm in better clubs, I got a better social circle, all that.
Okay. Check this out. First and foremost, Trell, thanks for your service. I didn't realize you was hard body, you know, in a service like that. So I think I speak on behalf of everybody in this audience tonight. We appreciate your service. But here's something else I appreciate. I appreciate you're not all that young, but you're young. You're a black man. You're positive. If you pledge Kappa, you clearly about your women. You're college educated.
You know?
Hold up. You're college educated to some point. And when I hear you say, because me and Rich get on here week over week, and Rich damn near, Rich almost brainwashed me. Like he almost had me believing that it was nothing but a bunch of skanks out there. And Sean, you better hold on tight to what you got at home, because if you don't and you get back out there, it is going to be the worst experience of life. So when I listen to you, I'm a man and you give me hope. So I know for all the women on this conversation, you just have given them some real hope, because I almost got sucked into the Richie Dollars abyss where I was looking at every chick like, yo, But here's the deal, Richie D. Real talk, because you almost had me. And thanks a lot, Trell. You just broke Sean Prez out the matrix. You gave me that red pill. But back to you, Rich. Maybe it is just it's the pond you swimming in, because this man, he don't seem to be having these problems. And shout to my cousin A Styles on here. She's definitely in the building. So shout out to Akira. But Rich, could it just be you've been fishing in that? I don't even want to call it a pond, because it's a cesspool. You've been fishing in a sewer for so long that you think all the fish out there is radioactive and just garbage, and like is it the pond you swimming in?
I'm going to say this. Trell, congratulations. What you doing? But I have done enough, and done enough with different people, that I am not going to change my outlook on the dating. I always preface what I say by saying everybody is going to find somebody, but you and Trell can, and he can attest that in dating and being out there. See, the things that you missed that Trell said was, he can see, he can cut through, he can do this.
Right.
So with that being said, he's acknowledging that he has come across those women.
He's also saying, Rich, he's also saying, because I don't want you to change the narrative and use a piece of his wording to support your outlook. He's also saying, yo, I ain't really come into chicks like that. The chicks I come into, they not looking for that, and I'm willing to give them an A off the rip. They not starting with a failing grade and have to work their way up. And I'm out here. I am literally traveling the world. I lived 3 years in Germany. I lived in Arizona. I lived here. I'm in the DMV now. So I got some experience. And I am not coming into a situation starting a woman off with an F. Now talk your way out of this one, Richie D.
Rich has a point, though. He has points.
Oh, get out of here. Yo, I'm about to get you out. You was doing good, Trell. Don't switch it up, because that's your man over there. No.
I'm not switching it up by any means. My bad. Go ahead, Rich.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead, make your point.
Rich, you're the co-host. Make your point, young man.
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to your frat brother, Rich.
All I'm saying is that I preface it by saying that there are good women out there. I will never want anybody to think that Richie D doesn't think there are good women out there. Richie D has come across good women in his path of life. I have come across good women. What I'm telling you now is that the dating game is different. And it could very well be me, because I'm not Trell. So I can't tell you what they look at Trell for. Now, if I was a psycho and analyze his relationships, I could make them make sense to me, right? But in his mind, for me, the key, like you're gonna say that he said the key words is that he doesn't have those problems. He doesn't. The reality is, if in fact he's living that life, and he might be a good dude,
indeed,
and I would imagine that he is a good dude. So maybe in going into these relationships, the vetting process, everything that he does, how he does it, might allow him to have a more, how do I say it? You have more leeway. You have more opportunity to get to know people and to see what they about. You get an opportunity to sift through the bullshit, cut the bullshit, blah, 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 blah. There are different stages and different levels to how you treat a relationship. I can't go into a relationship and give benefit of doubt. And I said that.
Right.
I said that. Because if I see the red flags, I take it for what they are to me. Because I can't afford
Okay.
Now,
Okay, in the interest of time, Trell, say what you got to say. Let's do it quick because we want to bring on other callers. But you got the last word on this. Go ahead, Trell. You got the last word.
I would say this: nobody's going to be perfect, right? So with me, if there's things that aren't true, bona fide red flags, like boom, that might be the 20% of them that I can deal with that I just don't like. If I'm digging the 80%, then that's just what it is. I'm gonna give you a chance. Now, if I was out there just in the streets, I'm probably going to attract the woman who's for the streets. But if I'm out there and I'm trying to get something that's going to match my energy and we could build something together, I'm probably going to attract the same in the woman.
Oh, well, there it is, nigga. I'm for the streets.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, yo, we on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying? When you for the streets, you're going to get one that's for the streets. But I guarantee, if my bros, if he was in the mindset of settling down, right, the law of attraction, you're going to attract a woman and you're going to be able to see through the BS. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to be like, nah, she with me because you're going to have that energy and it's either going to be returned and you're going to feel it. And if you don't feel it, Chris Brown say chuck the deuces. You know what I mean? But hey, man, I appreciate your time, big dog.
Be good, bro. Good perspective, Trell. You made the men look good. We usually don't have no men on this show, but good job.
I bet.
What?
Yo, that was good. He did. Nuke did good, and I agree with him.
He did.
That there are some women out there that are good women, and if he's coming across good women in his world, then so be it. But he also doesn't live in my world, so I can only speak for myself.
Yeah, but Rich, here's the deal, and this is what I be trying to pull out of you every single week: is are you speaking for Rich's world? Or you speaking from the mind of a man, not yourself, but the mind, the general mindset of men out here. So
Trell just gave me hope. Trell just gave me hope. So tonight I'm about.
He gave me hope too.
I'm about to hit these streets, and I'm about to take Trell's advice, and I'm gonna see how it works out for me tonight.
Okay, can you take some Show and Prez advice?
What's that?
Stay away from how do I say it? Celebrity women who want to be celebrities, or women who want to date a celebrity. You know, I'm just your man outside looking in. I think if you can remove those three categories from your dating pool, you will find a whole different type of woman out there who will probably make you see things differently. But that's just Show and Prez. Let's see who else we got. Okay, if you're trying to get in the conversation, please log in now. Please log in. I see we got a few people trying to get in. I will get around to you. I just hit Turquoise, I think. Turquoise, you there? Okay, if not, I'm going to go to the next person. Who we got? Matter of fact, it says Turquoise. I didn't get you in. Hold up. Okay, I tried you twice, Turquoise. I don't know where you at. Let me go with our co-host, friend and family, Miss Esby. Where you at? Esby, you know if I'm in control, you in here. Rich be playing them games, but Show and Prez gonna let you in.
I ain't even worried about Rich. What's up, Prez?
What up, Esby?
So, actually, the way the last person ended off kind of helped me with my question, in terms of the law of attraction. So, if you are in a particular place mentally, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna attract somebody, on that level. So, as a woman, are you doing yourself a disservice by dating a man that's not where he really wants to be in terms of status or success in life? Because once he gets there, or maybe he won't even be able to give you his undivided attention in terms of a relationship while he's trying to get there, number one. And then number two, once he get there, is he going to end up leaving because now he's able to attract the type of woman that he wants. He's at, status, like the other caller said, broadens your variety of what you're able to attract and what you're able to pull, so on and so forth. So are men, when they're not where they want to be in life, the women that they're dating, like a pit stop situation, so to speak, and the chances of it lasting once they reach success, not likely, because we do have a long list of guys who, once they made it to where they wanted to be, didn't stay with who they were with, while they were climbing the ladder, for lack of a better term.
Rich, you want to tag it or you want me?
Now you could go. You could have started. I'll come in.
No, you don't want to go with your friend SB?
I feel like this. And we say this every week, if you do the relationships for the right reasons, then it doesn't matter who's on top. Like, if that man is not using you, he's not social climbing, and y'all have a genuine, profound relationship and love for one another, then there's going to be a sense of loyalty there. The sense of loyalty is not going to allow him to just dip off when he gets it, because he's going to want to give it back to you. That's what loyalty is all about. Loyalty is all about him being in a position to where you helped him, and then him coming out of the mud and getting to be and reaching his greatness, and then bringing you with him. Like, that's what it's all about. That's what I think that relationships are lacking today, is that the people who are in relationships today, they hold over the other person's head what they're doing, how high they are up. It becomes a status symbol. It's the competition of a relationship. I've said 100 times, if you take away the competitive nature of a relationship, the relationship would be so much better. If you just get to a place where you just love this guy and he loves you and you're up right now, but you have the confidence in him that he's gonna be up one day, then you never have to feel a way about doing what you gotta do for him. And if you live your life like that and the nigga leave you, and he dip off with the white girl or whatever the case may be, then that ain't on you. That ain't on you. If all you can do is the right thing, how you do it.
Okay, Rich, that's it?
Yeah.
Or you got more? SB, I see it looked like you was about to say something.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, but I mean, that is partially, I agree with you to a certain extent. That's something about a person's character that makes them behave that way. But I mean, in terms of like where you're at mentally, if I'm here mentally, then I'm gonna attract this. Now, as I start to grow and flourish and things start to happen, my view on things are gonna change, my mental is gonna change, and that may include not seeing eye to eye with that person anymore, because now status is changing. Unless that person is growing, in status with me, then,
okay,
could a person growing, flourishing and the other person not, result in that not being a relationship anymore, and then you seeking somebody again on the newfound level where you are.
Okay, I understand your question, and I understand the second part. Hopefully, what I say will tap into both questions you're asking. The second one just seems more like a clarification of the first, rather. But you originally talked about kind of dating, law of attraction. Let's start there. Law of attraction, dating on your level. And if a guy is a social climber, if he's about his business, he's a hustler, he's trying to make money, once he goes to a next level, essentially, is he going to lose you, right? I mean, is he going to leave you? There's no real right or wrong answer to that, except to say what we always say: vet your man, vet your girl in the beginning. And the reason I say this, because the law of attraction, it doesn't, if you are trying to attract a good woman, a good man, how much money they have, that's irrelevant. There's still a good woman with a lot of money. There's still a good man with a lot of money. It doesn't change. Now, if you get with somebody whose eyes is on the prize, and there's nothing wrong with that, if you get with a dude who's super ambitious and he's just trying to take over the world, and you know he's gonna do it. And he chose you, you chose him. But the choice for him probably is a now thing. I'm with you now because you are what I can get. I didn't make it to a level where Halle Berry know my name, and I got her number on speed dial. So that type of dude is probably going to leave you in the end. We see it all the time. But it ain't always like that, i.e., Steph Curry and his wife, LeBron James and his wife. And we can go on and days who dudes who, before they blew, they met the one, and that chick been rocking out with them, and it doesn't matter. Now they're just rich together. But it had everything to do with that dude in his thinking. Now I'll leave you on this because it's so important. And I'm gonna say this in the most humble way I could say it. But when you start to get everything that you want, you start to get money, you start to get recognition in your industry, you start to become that dude or that woman, you're not the same. And people always, your partner, I'm gonna be more specific, your partner always wants to throw in your face, you changed. Well, you damn right I changed. I'm supposed to change. I'm a multimillionaire now, and I did it through hustle and muscle. I didn't inherit this. I didn't get this because somebody donated it to me. And now that I can afford first class, now that I can afford Mr. Childs, Nobu, now that I can afford to eat differently and I see the world differently, it is your job to grow with me. And if you want to still be that woman at home that is throwing in my face how I used to love soul food, you used to love the way I cooked my collard greens, and you used to love the cornbread, and you changed. Well, nigga, I'm supposed to say the same? That's what life is about. It's about growing. And it don't have nothing to do with money. I'm always trying to evolve, learning new things, read new books, this, that, and the third. You ain't read a book in years. Actually, you are looking at growing as though it is a bad thing. Oh, so now you get to sit at the table with these people, and because they know your first name, you think you one of them. It ain't got nothing to do with that. We got new things to talk about. I can afford Frank Mueller watches. I can afford Rolexes. I can afford, like, I'm having new conversations. And a lot of times women get left behind not because a dude changed. It's because, yo, you didn't grow with me. You can tell me everything on planet Earth happening in Flatbush, Brooklyn, or happening in West Bubblefuck, wherever we come from. But can you tell me who's on the cover of the Robb Report? Can you tell me, how many cylinders, or better yet, can you tell me some of the features in that new Porsche Taycan? I'm looking to go electric. What do you know about the EQS, the Mercedes-Benz electric car? If you ain't willing to grow, then what the hell we got to talk about except old times? And life is about moving forward. As much as I like talking about the old days, I can't stay in the old days. And I think that's where a lot of women get it mixed up. So hopefully that helps you.
Thank you. It did a lot. What other mean old rich?
Later, Audrey. Okay. If you trying to get in the comments, if you trying to get in the conversation, please hit that plus button now. But the bottom line is you gotta evolve, y'all. You gotta evolve. You have to evolve. I don't care. I don't care if you don't become a multimillionaire. I just don't want to. That's what life is about, Rich. And tell me from a man's point of view, do you agree with that? But I just don't think. I don't think you're supposed to be in the same place you was 10 years ago. I just don't.
You're not. You're not. If you were in the same place you was 10 years ago, you're not growing. And you're not doing your thing. And that's called stagnant. That's not evolution. That's not growth. That's being stagnant. If we're in the same place we were 10 years ago, you need to leave me. And I need to leave you.
Hey.
What's up, Mom?
Who we got?
I'm Regina. I'm calling from the DMV, from DC.
You know Trell?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
You know Trell?
No, I don't know him.
No, I was getting ready.
It's funny because it's so small. But anyway, I was not expecting to be on here, which is good. But one that sent you guys that long, crazy question about the ex-boyfriend, but we're not going to talk about him today because it's irritating. So I have a question about, I'm 29. I like older men, not real old, but I like older men. So I just want to know, like, what do y'all think, I guess, is like, I'm 29, but I'm age appropriate because my ex-boyfriend is 40, but like I said, just because you age doesn't mean your mentality went with you the older you get. I understand that. But like, I just like older men. So, should I try to date people around my age to see if it works? I don't know. So that's the question that I have for y'all today.
What is the question? What is the question?
Should she be dating?
Yeah, like I date older men. So what do you think is appropriate? Because I'm 29. I done already been married. I got married at 20. Got divorced, and I'm attracted to older guys, but I keep running into these older guys that act like, it's like they know how to woo you. It's like they use younger women as a tool, I guess. I don't know. But it's like they woo me, and then next thing you know, they show their hand, and it's like, dang, you're supposed to be 40, 41, and I act older than you. So, like, should I try to date men around my age? Because I feel like, I'm listening to everything that's going on, and I'm just at the point where I'm over it. Like, I don't want to date. I don't want to do nothing because it's too scary out here. There's so much stuff going on, but it's like, I like older men. I feel like they still give you that old school feel, like I can't do it. I can't do what they got going on out here. So is it appropriate, or should I try to date men my age, or what should I do? Because I don't know.
I think that in meeting somebody, you should check to see what y'all have in common. Like, if older man, like you say, you could be 50, you could be 60 and still act like a 20-year-old. Like, so it really doesn't have anything to do with age. You're gonna find that older men, by virtue of being older and they have more experiences, they've probably been around the block. I don't know. Like, you need to find somebody that you're compatible with. I don't know if age is such a big factor in relationships, as much as finding someone who you have things in common with. You want to talk about the same things, your culture. Like, just because you meet an older dude doesn't mean he's going to be as cultured as you. If you've been around the world and you've seen things and done things and graduated, and you got a kid and you've been married, like, you've been there. And there's a dude that's 60 years old and ain't done none of those things. And you're going to meet him and you're going to be like, damn, dude, you're 60. But you act like you're 20. And it's because you've done more in your 29 years than he's done in his 60 years. So if you find people, I think the most important thing is finding somebody who is on your wavelength, compatible with you in your thought process, and wants to grow and do the things that you want to do. It's not about age per se, because you're going to get wrapped up in age and you're going to find yourself disappointed when you start meeting dudes who, by virtue of the fact that they're still out here looking at their age, probably don't act their age.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Sean got something. That's it. We good to go.
I'll make mine quick. Rich said everything right to you. So listen to what he just said. Shout to James Cruz in the building. But the only thing I would, and I think Rich alluded to this, but I'm gonna just bring it to light. Just keep in mind, if you're looking for an older man and that older man is looking for a younger woman, chances are if he's looking for a younger woman, he probably is a little more immature than the average man his age. If he is actively seeking, now it's one thing if he just met you and you guys just hit it off. That's one thing. But if he is seeking young women, it is probably because in his mind, he is still young and immature. And that's probably what you're bumping into. So I would just say, if you're attracted to older men, go for it. But just understand there is a mentality that comes with a guy who is 10 years your senior, 20 years your senior, but only wants to date people in your age range. It has more to do with him being immature and not on it than probably you. So that's probably why you bumping into these dudes who just don't seem like they have it together, even though they're a little older. All right?
All righty. Well, thank you guys so much.
All right.
Oh, and make sure y'all please answer my question, because I don't want to ask that on here. That's a little too personal.
Do me a favor. Just put it at the top. Put it at the top. I remember the question vaguely, but put it at the top, and we'll get to it next week. My word.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Later.
Thank you.
Okay. We are coming up. We're coming up on over 2 hours. We've been on this thing for over 2 hours. If we got enough for one more caller, if somebody wants to call in, if not, we're gonna end it now. Hit the plus button if you're trying to get in. I know we saw a few people who were trying to get in. Let me just see. If not, we will. And Turquoise, I see you keep coming back. I tried to let you in this conversation 3 different times. We'll try it again. Okay, now I don't see it. But anyway, I think we're ending here, Rich. Okay, Turquoise, I'm trying this for the last time. If you don't come in, that's on you. You got to catch us next week. All right, I just hit it. She's not coming in. Maybe it's the connection. Maybe it's IG this week. But anyway, for everybody, Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, Rich Dollar, Sean Prez, we are the Boys Club. This is just very, very unfiltered talk from the minds of men. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please look us up if you're at work, sitting in the office, and you just need some entertainment in your day. This episode will be up tomorrow on iTunes, Spotify, and every other platform out there. Rich, you got the last word.
Yo, once again, you know how we do it every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, like Sean said. Thank y'all for coming out. Hopefully, I'll be out of jail next week. We'll see. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll see y'all next week. Sean, hit you off.
All right, be good, y'all. Later.